Get out of it. We're in the last month of winter, so in light of that, we're talking winter desserts to keep you warm and toasty until summer. If you could hear my stomach right now rumbling, you would know how good these dishes look on the table. Dish Magazine editor Sarah Tuck joins us. You have bought the goods today. You have a carrot cake steamed pudding.
Yep.
That's new to me. And you have a steamed banana and date salsa pudding. You've got the Calinci Gold too. Overkill.
Yeah, it's probably a bit melting now, but
That's
you know.
Okay, don't worry about that. Yeah. And there's a sauce there as well. I can't quite see caramel sauce.
That's a caramel sauce with just a little bit of whiskey in it as well.
Oh, good God. Yeah. Whiskey caramel sauce. Right, talk us through the joys of the winter pudding. Why are they our go-to at this time of year?
Well, I think it's probably because it's the only time you can really fully justify it. You know, when the weather is really crap outside and you're cold, and you just want something hearty and warming, and that's why you have all those big, you know, braises and meaty dishes. But also, it's the same with puddings. You can justify having something that's a bit more grunty, a bit more filling, a bit more carb heavy, you know, whereas in summer you might be going for something lighter and fruity and, you know.
Your sorbets of this world.
Yes, it's sorbets.
Yeah, sorbets out here.
Yes,
we're straight into this. We're dense.
Yeah, we are dense.
Now, that is interesting, the carrot cake steamed pudding combination, but also because one of the key ingredients is grated potato.
It is potato and carrot, and both are grated and added raw to the mixture. And as we were chatting about before, with the potato, you need to squeeze some of the excess moisture out of it. And the easiest way to do it, by far, is to get out like a tea towel or a piece of muslin.
A clean tea towel?
Well, optimally, yes, a clean tea towel. And then just putting the grated potato down the middle, and then you fold it up like a sausage roll and squeeze the ends, basically. And I actually broke my tea towel when I was doing this one. It was an old tea towel, to be fair.
Squeezing?
Squeezing really hard.
Was there any moisture left in that potato?
There was not, no.
That was dry, that was dehydrated by the time you'd finished squeezing.
Yeah.
Now, the process itself, steamed puddings, for some reason, a lot of people, well, I guess there's a whole generation that really hasn't grown up with steamed puddings. So are they hard to make? Are there special things that you need? Well,
you do, ideally need a pudding basin, but there's two ways that you can do the steamed pudding. And one is with just like a normal bowl that is heat proof, and then you can put baking paper over the pudding once you've put it in, and then put tin foil on top and a couple of layers, and even some extra paper on top, and then you tie string around it and pop that into a large deep pot with simmering water coming halfway
like
the
a Dutch oven kind of scenario?
Yeah, or just or a big saucepan that you use make soup in and that kind of thing. So you can do it that way, or you can use a pudding basin which has got a lid that just fits, and you turn it and it kind of seals it tight. And to be honest, if you think you're going to make one more than a couple of times in your life, you may as well get a pudding, the proper pudding basin, because they last forever. I mean, you're never going to need to buy another one.
It's the kind of thing that you always find after an elderly death in the family.
Yes,
there will be a steamed pudding basin.
Yeah,
there
totally. And look, they've got other uses too. I mean, you can actually make.
Morbid there. So.
You can make in summer. You can make a fantastic ice cream cake. By lining it with Glad wrap and making something kind of like if it was Christmas, you could do a festive kind of one with fruit mints and nuts and a bit of brandy or whatever in the ice cream, and freeze it into an ice cream cake. So they've got other uses outside just the straight pudding.
Goodness me. Right, well, let's move on here. The banana and date self-saucer. Now, what's the secret to a good self-saucing pudding?
Well, in this case, I think it is that it is so deceptively light on the top. I mean, it might not be now because it's been sitting around for a wee while and all the way in the back of my car and had a bit of a jiggle. But it's got 5 teaspoons of baking powder in it, which seems like an excessive amount, but it keeps it really kind of quite light and fluffy on the top. And then it's got the beautiful kind of self-developed sauce on the bottom. I think the trick is good layers, so that you haven't got it kind of merged into one. And part of the trick of that is, have you made self-saucing puddings before? I
have indeed.
Yes.
Yeah, I have indeed. But what gets me is too, because there is always the risk of burning. So where you place that in the oven is important as well.
In the middle of the oven is a good idea. And also, if you know that your oven runs a little bit hot, which ostensibly they shouldn't, but occasionally you know that you might know that your oven is a wee bit hot, then put it further down and just drop the temperature by 5 degrees. But the other trick to getting really good layers is making sure that when you put your liquid component in at the end, that you pour it over the back of a spoon. And so with this one, because when you put the...
Haley's about to pass now. Just wait. Stop talking, she's saying. Dish up.
Well,
Yeah.
when you put the batter into this one, it's quite a wet batter. And if people are making this at home, they might be thinking, no, that's not right, but it is. It's quite a wet batter, and then you pour it's a mixture of water and golden syrup and brown sugar over the top, and you pour it over the back of a spoon so it doesn't kind of dive straight into the batter.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Can you scoop a bit out?
Yeah,
to show people
absolutely
who are
can.
watching at home. I think we've got our camera pointed directly at this lovely
Nice.
dish.
Okay, so just
You'll see
remembering
the sauce.
well, you might not see the sauce because the
I see
sauce
what you're saying. It might have just
now be
solidified
fully
slightly.
absorbed into
Yes.
it because I made it several hours ago now. So
Look, we'll pretend.
yeah, so we can always pretend. Totally. Hang on.
goodness.
I'm
It
just gonna-
sounds sloppy enough to be a bit
please,
saucy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I feel like I can see some.
It smells amazing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so there's still
Oh,
some there, but if I had taken this
God.
straight out of the oven,
Yes.
you would see that there would be a
bloody
lot
deliciousness
more.
all over the show.
Yeah.
Haley, do you want to try that?
I do.
Okay, so I'm gonna-
Would you
I'm
like
just
some
gonna
ice
serve
cream? And I'm sorry, I'm not going to give you a serving spoon because that's quite big.
No, I don't think I need ice cream.
Would you
We
like
don't know the size of...
Oh, would you like some ice cream?
There
with
you
it?
go. You're on. Haley just wants to basically.
I am the taste
read that in
tester.
her minds.
Just making sure that this is safe for you to eat, really.
Floor's yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, you happy with that?
Yeah.
It
Bananas
is
and
safe
Yeah.
for me to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see, and I love the fact, Sarah, that you've come in here. You've also bought the latest issue of Dish magazine. So that's there, and you've got the matching wintry colours to go with the winter
Yes.
desserts. We're going to get tucked into some of this right
Jolly
now, if
good.
you don't mind. Good luck with this issue. It looks beautiful. Big night in on the cover.
Yeah.
And that looks like some kind of curry going.
It
on
is.
there.
It's a Sri Lankan style chicken curry. It's fantastic.
I'll
Yeah.
even-
Big night in is my
Yeah.
kind of night.
I'm even
I love it.
hungrier now. Right, stay with us, Sarah. You stay with us too because you're not leaving with that. Now we'll be right back after the break.